Hello, Brandon Ashby with Warehouse Engineers, and today we're going to be covering inventory optimization. There's a few tools and techniques out there to help companies optimize the inventory and the space that they have to increase profitability. So that's what we're going to be covering today. I don't know if you've been following me, but I have an imaginary company, Warehouse Widgets, that we use to demonstrate different examples of the services and the products that Warehouse Engineers offers. So Warehouse Widgets, they obviously make widgets, and their manager is Lisa. Small business, so Lisa wears many hats. She is responsible for operations, accounting, quality, safety, purchasing, and now she's responsible for retail and managing the storefront. This year, Warehouse Widgets, the owners decided that they needed a place for the customers to come in and kind of feel and touch and try out the product instead of just ordering directly online, direct to consumer. So they're opening up a storefront, and they're going to put that into Lisa's lap as well. So Lisa is, overwhelmed with all the things that she has to cover, specifically inventory. So again, with the storefront, they want to expand their product offering so that customers have more items to choose from. Amazon sells everything, so people feel the need to, expand their product portfolio and, add 1 million SKUs. So the first thing that Warehouse Widgets sold and made was obviously widgets. That was, the bread and butter. It's consistent orders. The demand is easy to forecast, and they also, they always have it in stock because they make it. But they also started carrying gadgets as an accessory. And then seasonally, they bring in thingamabobs, right? So those are brought in from different suppliers to help their sales with the widgets. And then a product manager last year decided, well, we need to add more stuff and some junk. The more stuff, they got to get it from a different supplier. Demand varies a lot. You don't really know what you're going to get. They're still trying to introduce that product. And then the junk, it's junk, but they just had to offer it because their competitors offer it. So this is their full product portfolio that they're going to be offering in the storefront. But Lisa, she's concerned about the replenishment, the stocking, inventory accuracy. Like, where is she going to put all this stuff, and where is the junk going to go? She has to make sure that she has space in the warehouse and in the store to make sure they have the widgets and the gadgets. So with more money comes more problems. So as they're rolling out these new products, of course, sales increase. But the first thing that happens is they have some stockouts, specifically with the thingamabobs and the junk. Not that many people want the junk, but they just can't seem to keep it on the shelves because they don't know who's going to want it and when they're going to want it. And then with the thingamabobs, again, they don't make that. So they're dependent on the supplier. The supplier has long lead times, and it just, creates more stockouts. Next is the technology piece. We have all been there where we're going to roll out this new ERP, POS, WMS, all these different systems, and the technology is supposed to be the silver bullet for the supply chain to help solve all our problems. But we all know with technology, it's garbage in, garbage out. So if you don't set up the items properly and maintain the system doesn't work, which actually leads to more headaches as far as inventory accuracy and customer order fulfillment. And lastly was the slow moving products. So we've talked about the stuff that they added and all the junk, right? So with those new products and the different colors and the different sizes, it doesn't always sell. And that stuff ends up collecting space on a shelf with cobwebs, and it just creates more of a headache. And so with that space constraints, Lisa is faced with all these different challenges. And what is she going to do as she prepares to open up this storefront to, obviously increase sales, but then also to make the customers happy? So what she does is she's going to call a consultant. So Warehouse Widgets and Lisa, they have called warehouse engineers before. They're going to bring warehouse engineers in specifically to help with data cleansing, which is making sure that the ERP system is set up appropriately from a data perspective, right? So we got to look at all of our items, make sure they're set up properly. We got to look at our lead times, our purchase order quantities, all these things that are inputs and outputs to the ERP. We got to make sure that they're set up correctly and that they're working appropriately. Next is the stratification. So we talked about the widgets and the gadgets and the thingamabobs. When we look at these items, we got to take an objective approach to figure out how much inventory should we be carrying so that, one, we can service the customer and not stock out, but then two, we don't want to be tying up all this working capital with funds tied up in stuff and junk that's just not going to move. So that's really what inventory optimization is. So after spending some time with Lisa and her sales team, Warehouse Engineers is able to develop a plan to increase profitability, right? It's not just about increasing sales, it's about lowering our costs and making sure that we have enough space to carry the products that we need. So after going through the inventory optimization and the stratification and the GMROII, we develop a plan for safety stock and pricing. If you look on the widgets, we want to increase that inventory and slightly increase the price. That's going to do several things, but it's going to help warehouse widgets grow their business. And then if we go to the other end of the spectrum, we really want to phase out the junk. We want to lower that inventory supply and also lower the price and just get rid of it. There's too many things going on with warehouse widgets to focus on those, bottom C, D items, the dogs. We really want to focus the business on things that are going to grow, like a thingamabob. So again, I'm Brandon Ashby. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. This is my information. This is how you can reach me. A like, comment, or share is always appreciated. Thank you.